Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another StarCraft 2 broadcast, brought to you by Captain America SC2. And today it's another ZVT. Spawning the left side of Metropolis is the purple Zerg, LiquidSheth, and his opponent, the blue Terran, cross map on the right side. It is TypeDBS, our blue Terran. I believe this is actually from TSL4. I'd have to check. It's from, the replay itself is from the replay pack released by Team Liquid. You can find that from teamliquid.net or Team Liquid Pro. But I do think some of these replays are from TSL4, and this could just be one of them. Here we go, a little ZVT on Metropolis. And guys, thanks for tuning in. I think I've been casting a few of these from Sheth here. Feeling a little bit off for some reason. Haven't been quite up to my usual stuff, but I definitely want to get one more good one in and get a good cast for you guys before I end the night. If you like it, go ahead and subscribe. It helps me out, lets me know I'm doing a good job. Get some comments out there, spread the word, and like I said, hey, actually I haven't been saying this, but if you have a replay you want to see cast, if it's an epic game or there's a player out there you like to watch, let me know. Send me some info to CaptainAmerica at theGspotNetwork.com. Alright? That link is also in the info below, as well as a link to the replay pack if you want to check it out for yourself. If you're an aspiring Zerg player and you want to learn some of Sheth's moves, maybe you just want to see what some of his opponents have done. There are some quite creative games in here. You got all different styles. It's around a dozen or so, give or take a couple. And I definitely recommend it. Team Liquid, they've been putting up one replay pack every week from one of their players. I think it was TLO last week. Before that it was Liquid Hero. This week it is Sheth. And these things are always fun to watch, I have to say. Very enjoyable. They do a great job over there at Team Liquid. Meanwhile, looks like Sheth going to do his typical hatch first into a pool with no gas. And then maybe a couple links to put some pressure onto TypeDBS, who is going for the one racks expand now. And a gasp steal actually from Sheth, quite possibly. Could he be stealing the gas? Gonna try and attack this SCV here. That's an early geyser from DBS. Not sure if he was just doing that to save the geyser or what he's doing. Usually you do not see a Terran go for a gas that quickly after a one racks expands, but he could also be using this to get a quick reactor onto his barracks and go into reaction hellion, and that looks like what it's going to be. As this drone being ever annoying, taking the gas here, forcing the Marines to do some damage to it, but you're going to need another Marine before you can actually out DPS the extractor. Here he comes, as I say it, and looks like one geyser going down for Sheth in the main. No, I'm sorry. He's fooled me. The production tab fooled me. The geyser is going down in DBS's main. And there we go, finally cleared off. So DBS able to get his second refinery up, and now that looks a little bit more standard. Usually it's the one racks expand and then you can grab double gas. In this case, Sheth able to delay that second gas for a little bit. We'll slow down the tech here from DBS as he goes for a factory and then maybe a reactor. Will it be? With this gap here, that's what I'm guessing. That or a tech lab. So the Marines, nice micro here. DBS actually able to take out all of these things and lose one Marine. Very nice micro from DBS as he throws that reactor down. And meanwhile, Sheth back at home, droning up. 2 queens, no crawlers yet. He's going to be fairly safe. It'll be a while for those hellions to get out. And oh, actually no, that is creep. That is not from Sheth. These islands do have creep on them, creep tumors. If you've never played on this version of the map before. A third CC now for TypeDBS going down. Stay up in the macro game. Looks like the way it's positioned, he actually wants to take his third fairly quickly here. It's not in base as a macro orbital. This Overlord, though, did scout it. Sheth is on to the play here, and will he be greedy as well, or will he go for some kind of counter? A tech lab going down now. We see a geyser and both bases for Sheth. So he's playing fairly standard here for Sheth. Likely see that third base soon then to stay up with TypeDBS. As TypeDBS goes for the double evo, so favoring the long game with double upgrades. Now going to go for siege tanks, most likely with Marines here. Yep, and these 2 hellions going to push out on the map. Check the third, and fall back, try and deny the creep spread a little bit as TypeDBS gets set up for the late game. There we go. Sheth throwing up his third now. Give me a chance to catch my breath. And so, double gas here for DBS to help with the upgrades, going for +1 right away. His third CC is just about finished, and likely will we see that float over, or is he going to go for the orbital first? Waiting a second here to morph it in out of minerals. And there we go. It will be an orbital. Alright, so DBS, what was he doing with the Hellions here? Anything? No. His queens are just too strong, right? So the third is going to go down for Sheth. Roach is out, speed on the way, and I have to wait and see where we go here with the Marine tank composition from TypeDBS. I think he's in a good position though with his third already started at this point. He's just going to saturate the natural and the main mineral line. Actually, the main is fairly well saturated at this point, as he throws down a couple more barracks here to get the Marine production up. And likely see a push here in a little bit. Marine tank from TypeDBS to do some pressure to the third here of Sheth. He's got TypeDBS does have good map control with the one watchtower. And well, now we wait for the banelings and the hatchery. +1 on the way for Sheth, but it's a little bit behind actually. About the +1 for TypeDBS, about halfway finished right now with +1 melee and carapace on the way for Sheth. Won't finish in time to deal with this push, actually. And this could do some damage. One queen out here with the creep, and a couple roaches on the way. So roachling for the defense. 35 lings out there. The creep spread will be pushed back, though. A couple SCVs in the front as well. Pushing in here, going after the queen. They are angry worker bees there, the SCVs, pushing in. 2 tanks sieged up. Now, DBS has to be careful. He is on creep here a little bit. He has to wait for that creep to recede. Actually unsieging. And the lings, though, coming in from Sheth here on the backside. Gonna get the watchtower. Now TypeDBS is cut off from his main base. Has to siege those tanks back up. And is in a bit of a bind here. 1 tank on the high ground, though. Gonna be able to defend any kind of counterattack. Still, his forces are split. And he is trapped behind enemy lines at the moment. Meanwhile, income-wise, it's about even, though. DBS staying up fairly well. He's about 20 supply behind and about 5 harvesters, but the mules do help with that, of course. Still, if he loses this army, it will put him back quite a bit. Actually, unsieging now as 1 ling runs in. That 1 ling. Well, he is the luckiest ling alive, I tell you. He just survives running past the army like that. And now the roaches and lings coming in, picking off the tanks, unsieged. TypeDBS here. I'm not sure what his intention was to siege up on the third, but just caught out of position. The whole army does fall. And that is not a good place to be for a Terran there, losing that. +2 on the way, and +1 vehicle weapons. Likely take out his rocks. Yep, he's taking out the rocks, going to get his third base up. As he falls behind his Sheth, who is actually just now getting his lair. Lair is about to finish in the main. It's 11:30 finishing for the lair. Quite a late lair, but hey, he was able to do it without it. And now we'll have to see where he goes if he's choosing mutas on this map. I feel like he's going to go for infestors. Yep, there's the infestation bit. It's just, usually is what you see Sheth do. He did go mutas in, was it one of the games I cast? But definitely more of an infestor player with those spellcasters here. As the Marines take out the rocks at the third. Sheth here gearing up. Looks like just got some lings out. Checking up on TypeDBS, making sure he's not doing anything too crazy over there. As the infestation pit nears completion. Also, Overlord speed, +2 upgrades for Sheth now, coming out with Burrow as well. So his upgrades are a little bit behind, but he's got the economic advantage. And army-wise, well, a little bit of engagement here, Marines falling. But his tank on the high ground is going to be able to clean up the rest of those lings. And the third now will be able to saturate as more Marines come over with the medevacs out now. And that is going to help DBS out a bit if he starts doing some drops against this infestor play. +2 about to finish, and +1 vehicle weapons as well finishing. Mass Marine here, look at this, 5 barracks with reactors in the main, 2 factories as well, and then 2 more barracks out here, researching combat shields and stim now, just finally getting those very late in the game. 5 missile turrets coming down. Not sure TypeDBS is just being proactive here against a possible muta threat, but he's going to be facing infestors, so it's about 500 minerals he'd like to have back. Throw that into a macro orbital or something. as he starts +3 on his infantry and +2 on the tanks. Now with the infestors out, a couple burrowed banelings here at the front, not exactly in the best position. Necessarily, if DBS pushes, he might come down on this side here and actually avoid the banelings altogether. Still, it could have to wait and see what happens. Yes, we will have to wait and see because both players are macroing up quite a bit. Sheth actually not ahead as far in supply right now as he was at one point, going for 12 drones, getting that Spire out, adrenal glands as well, and we'll likely see the infestor broodlord composition slowly. That's his lurgling, so a couple banelings out on the map as he takes his 5th base now, going up. The 4th here is just getting saturated. The geysers finishing. One spore crawler and one spine here as well to help with drop defense. And where are the medevacs actually for TypeDBS? They've been sitting here at the 3rd for a while. Now he's going to go for a drop. Okay, it looks like a siege tank in there as well with the Marines. Nope, just a mistake. So likely to be a double drop here. Or are we going to see a 3 medevac drop from TypeDBS to put a little bit of pressure on Sheth, take the initiative, as DBS is getting Marauders and Marauder slow in preparation for the Ultralisk switch. Rocks at the 3rd here going down though to Sheth, and well, it's a tough spot as the army moves out for TypeDBS, but the Lings coming in behind, running into the 3rd here, actually able to get a couple Marauders, and that's about it. Looks like they are going. There's a bunker here though to able to hold. Lings running into the natural now, trying to get some SCV kills actually into the natural line, picking off a couple. Worker skill count at this point up to 7 for Sheth. Able to really deny a little bit of mining time here and force workers off of gas. As the drops did not go down yet for TypeDBS, forced to fall back to defend that Zergling run by and unable to do anything to Sheth, who is now going for 6 Corruptors and a Greater Spire. So the longer Sheth can hold TypeDBS back, the better situation he'll be in. Supplies though very even. Income, it's pretty close. It's about 20 Harvester advantage for Sheth as this push comes out to clear up some creep. Check 30-40 Lings in production to help with this unit counts at this point. 6 Roaches and 4 Banelings with 6 Corruptors. No Infestors actually out. 4 just now coming, about a quarter of the way done. Lings running in though, get the tanks unsieged. Corruptors going to pick off the medevacs. The Lings running in with the Roaches, able to get quite a few of these tanks. And the Roaches actually finishing up. Will they be able to finish the job here? Banelings coming in at the end, burrowed though. Unable to land and connect, and these Corruptors are going to have to fall back. Just not quite enough there for Sheth to completely defend this push. Falls back now, losing a few Overlords. And a little bit of creep spread as there's a drop at the 5th. Being cleaned up by these Zerglings. And the Corruptor's actually going to get the medevac. Looks like TypeDBS was able to get about 6 drones out. Another fungal going down on these medevacs here. And the Infestors should be able to hold the line. One Thor out here all by himself though, in a bit of a, well, isolated. 2 tanks back here with the Marines coming in. Can DBS hold here? He's going to actually lose this army. 2 of the Banelings coming in, splits. Going down, Infestors in as well, but there's just too much reinforcement streaming across the map for DBS. +3 actually finishing up now for the Zerglings. And 4 more Corruptors on the way. Looks like some more creep sped being cleared off, but Sheth's got pretty good vision on the left side of the map. The right side has been cleaned up. And he's got a couple Overlords in the drop. Oops. Well, I just went back 10 seconds, so we're going back in time. So just hang on. We checked here. Yes, you can see that creep spread going down. And meanwhile, check Sheth's vision. He's got pretty good Overlord spread, though. Able to spot the drops with these Overlords up here on the top left. And a couple on the right side. But the real problem right now are these reinforcements streaming in. Kind of haphazard though. TypeDBS needs to get these guys together. They're very spread out. It looks like his rally's all the way down here at Sheth's base, and these Marines are out of position here. As the Zergling run by into the 3rd. 1 tank here to hold the line with the Marines. Will it be enough? Looks like TypeDBS is going to be able to clean that up, but his main army engaging out here in the middle of the map. Tanks unsieged, Fungals going on the Marines, Corruptors coming in as well, and the Broodlords are here. Another Fungal. Looks like these Broodlords are going to be able to clean up this army, and TypeDBS in a bit of a problem. He's got Lings in his 3rd as well, taking out the barracks. Unable to hold the line here. TypeDBS falling behind by about 60 supply at this point. 80 or 70 supply. Medevacs have to fall back. They are out in the middle of the map. Infestors coming out, pushing with the Lings. going right into that third base. TypeDBS having trouble cleaning this up, just losing a lot to this push. Baneling speed coming out now with Vikings for TypeDBS, but will it be enough, or is it too little, too late? Baneling's morphing. Ooh, this could get explosive in just a second. One siege tank on the high ground here, but that's going to be very vulnerable to these Broodlords as they come up the map. Baneling's morphing. Are they going to finish in time? It looks like some will, but no connects. No, the Marines actually able to take out the Banelings ahead of time. And now the Broodlords are here. This tank going to fall. Marines here trying to buy time for the Vikings to get out, but there's also a significant number of infestors here. 6 infestors. No Lings though. The Ling support is gone. Infestors moving in to try and defend it. Here for the Broodlords. More Corruptors coming in. Marines doing quite a bit of damage to these guys. And the Broodlords falling down to massive Marine fire with one Viking here to help. We do not see any more fungal growths. Infested Terrans coming in. But TypeDBS actually able to hold with all of these Marines and push Sheth back. Sheth really just leaving his Broodlords unsupported a little bit too much there. He does have Corruptors up here engaging the Vikings, but did not have anything to deal with the Marines on the ground. His entire Ling army falling. Now though they are back in action. Lings here picking off a few bio units and some Corruptors out, taking out a Viking. But if we check the Broodlord count at this point, there are no more Broodlords for Sheth. He's going to need to make some more. A couple infestors out in the middle of the map though. Got to be careful here. Will we have a fungal on this army? Yes, a nice fungal going down. Ling's coming in to pick off that tank. A couple Corruptors going to fall though to these Vikings. And now the Ling's falling one infestor. 2 infestors trying to sneak away. It looks like they will make it away to fight again another day. Ling's coming in here, pushing in, trying to surround this Marine army, actually getting very low in health. There's a lot of medevacs here to help with the healing. And it looks like TypeDBS is going to be able to continue pushing with his Viking cloud here. 1 tank and a few Marines. But a lot of medevacs there to do the healing. And meanwhile, we hear the Banelings on the way again. 3 more. A couple infestors and a Broodlord on the way. Sheth trying to buy time to get the Broodlords back in action. Did lose all of those earlier. And out of money at this point. No gas at his 5th. His 4th base is saturated in the gas, but a drop here at the 5th. Coming in with the siege tank and the Vikings. Now spreading out the Vikings for the fungals. But there's just a lot of Lings and infestors here. It should be able to clean up this push fairly well. See fungals go down on the Vikings. The Marines do fall. Infested Terrans on the tank. TypeDBS is going to lose here. He's going to have to fall back. Now losing quite a few medevacs and Vikings though. Not exactly doing a lot of damage. Just misses taking the hatchery out. A transfuse coming in from that Queen. And Sheth able to hold his 5th and force TypeDBS back across the map. Will be able to reestablish his army now. Almost maxed out yet again. One Corruptor out here shooting fish in a barrel. About to be shot down itself though by the Marines. We do see quite a lot of Lings. 107 Lings on the map. And as I say it, there they go. Coming out here. The Banelings that were burrowed earlier coming back to life once again. Picking off this Marine army here. 1 siege tank just out of position to do damage to these guys though. And these Marines will all go down to the Lings. A 4th base for TypeDBS in trouble here. It is an orbital, not a planetary. The Lings and the infestors should be able to take that out with TypeDBS just out of position. No army, no minerals to speak of here to deal with this. And this could be the game-ending movement as Sheth pushes into the 3rd yet again with the Lings and infestors here taking out that last siege tank. Not enough here for TypeDBS. He GG's. Quite a game from these 2 players. And really a great play from Sheth. Going for that Ling infestor, with Broodlords as well. But it's so much fun watching him work with those infestors and those Zerglings. Doing a great job. And thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been my pleasure. This is Captain America SC2. You guys keep crafting.